What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples, we are in the building, peep squad. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about love and marriage, Huntsville. DC, baby. Let's talk about season 1, episode 3. And we're going to talk about season 1, episode 4 as well. Let's get into it. Love and marriage, Love and Marriage DC is going down. Okay. Like, it was a lot to get through this and a lot to watch it, but it's going to pop off. But right now it ain't popping, but it soon shall pop. Okay. In any event, Lord have mercy, help me, Jesus, glory to God. What's up, Tammy? How you doing, girl? How you doing? So let's get into it. Love and Marriage DC, episode 3. Let's get into it. So what's going on with Chris? Chris is feeling a certain type of way when it comes to Monique's husband. And right now at this point, I think Monique is basically has grown and has outgrown her husband and a lot of aspects and things of that nature. And Chris is not catching on to what Monique is trying to tell him and what she's trying to, get across to him, because he doesn't understand. He doesn't get it. He don't understand the problem. He don't understand the situation. He don't understand the issue. He feels like, hey, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what a man was taught to do and how he's supposed to treat his wife and his children and his family and how he's supposed to be a provider. Now you want me to go extra deep. Now you want me to get spiritual. Now you want me to just pour out these emotions, when my whole life being emotional or being empathetic and also being vulnerable was looked up as weakness, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that as a black man. I couldn't do that as a football player. I couldn't do that as how I grew up. And now she's requesting for him to open up, baby, and it's hard for him to do. Oh, Lord, he's not ready to do all that. You already know he's trying his best, but when a woman outgrows, oh man, she usually leaves him. So Chris, I hope you are able to get it together, because the money, the lifestyle, and all that good stuff is wonderful and perfect, but she's been poor and she's been wealthy. And if she ever divorces Chris, she won't be poor. But at the same time, this is an aspect that Chris has to meet Monique on. But Monique has to be able to understand that it's not that easy. Just because it's easy for you, Monique, that you can express yourself, you can get deep, you can go all the way down in the ground, and you can swim with the worms, you can chill with the ants and all the centipedes and things of that nature. He ain't there yet. It's gonna take him some time, especially in the beginning when your marriage wasn't based on being deep and having spirituality like that, and you have grown. And one of the things, a woman will leave a man that she cannot be on the same page with if it's not about money. If it's a relationship built on money, if it's built on him taking care of her and everything that, she has is granted upon him and things of that nature, and she's just basically superficial, she ain't gonna leave her man. But Monique is asking for something deep that has nothing to do with money. And let me tell you, a man down the street, around the corner, Tyrone, Jerome, and all of them, if they have that level where they can meet Monique on, as far as his communication and spirituality, it's a very good chance that they got a chance. So Chris, I'm going to need you to go check out some people. Chris, Monique, you need to tell your husband to get over there and check out Mrs. Blue on YouTube to help him with his spiritual journey and actually open up, or go check out Brother Panic. But basically, Monique is so conscious, And it's really hard to be very conscious as a woman and have a partner not conscious, because your consciousness is way more important than your marriage sometimes in your relationship. But in any event, hopefully Chris gets on to it and Monique slide back a little bit, just to understand it's very difficult, even though she doesn't see that it's difficult for him and she wants him to, be more expressive. He don't know how to express himself like that. Only way he know how to express himself is giving you money, hitting that booty, and then taking care of them kids and making sure you're provided for and have the best life possible, and your kids have the best life possible. That's what he was taught, not to search your soul, not to search inside of you, not to have, he wasn't taught all that. So this is very, spiritual to him is going to the church and seeing people, doing the Holy Ghost dance, talking in tongues, not on the level that you are on, Monique. So it's going to be difficult. What's going on? What's up, Tammy? I hope you are great. Thank you. I hope you are great too. What's up, Kathleen? How you doing? What's up, Angel? What's going on? Monique is beautiful, but I always wonder if she really wanted to be with Chris. Monique seems hot and wanted to get wild, if you know what I mean. Ooh, baby, yes, I do. I know what you mean. Angel, Chris seems as if he's tired of her too. He is just tall, big, and walk around the house looking tired and retired. Lord have mercy. Monique is chasing the bag. Y'all are too much. So in any event, so we got that situation. So we shall see. We're going to get into it a little bit more, but we're going to try to get through this really fast. So we get back to the dinner and this situation, that everything that is going on. Please don't forget, to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. So in any event, when it boils down to the situation, the previous episode, which was, episode 2, where they're at the dinner table, everyone's there, and you have, Winter basically, she's talking about, she's not saying anything. This is when, Chris brings up, oh my God, Kevin was crying over you, girl. He missed you. He loved you. And he's so convincing. And then Winter, basically, she gets into the situation. Oh yes, he is crying over me and everything. I would be crying too if I was 60-year-old and I had a tenderoni in her 40s. I would be crying too if she left me. And then basically comes down to the situation of Kevin sleeping in a basement, his parents' basement, being 60 years old. And then Winter, volunteers more information saying that this man didn't even have a car. She had to get her car back from him. She served him with divorce papers. She was served papers as far as his business, him stealing money. He's a scammer. He's a thief and everything else. So he was basically very corny. And, right now, when it comes to Ashley's judging her off the situation, just like I did judge her when I heard the story. Like, girl, how are you? It would be nice if she wasn't a relationship specialist. So then you'll be like, this shit happens to everybody, but you're a relationship specialist and you chose this relationship. You picked this relationship and you dealt with all the lies. Like, there's something, missing in Winter's life. Like, she might come off this and that. She's like, Winter is one of these girls that is a nice girl. That's a good girl. And she's good to her friends and she's good to people, but she see things very differently. Like the way that majority people will see things and agree upon. She's a person that will be the oddball out, that she won't agree with everything. She'll find a way to feel like, I can't be a part of that crowd. I can't think like you think, because she feels like thinking like everybody else is different. And that's why she ended up choosing that man, Kevin, because she didn't want to be that strong, long, fire stick, woman, where, okay, this and this, you don't meet this criteria, this don't sound good, you know what, my guards are up, I have intuition, so I'm gonna move on because you ain't ish. She's the type of woman that would say, oh, I believe him, he's in that struggle, I can help him, he's 60 years old, he's been through so much and seen everything, and you know what, I'm gonna change his life and help and let him see what love is, not knowing that she's getting played the whole time because she's thinking she's doing a good deed. And also she's thinking she's doing it for the universe. Like, she's one of these people that will always, be the odd man out and people won't like her just because she doesn't think like everybody else. Not saying that is wrong, but baby, it is what it is. So, What's up, Angel? What's up, LSW? What's going on? She needs to fall back. Chris is old school. Chris started exercising, getting in shape. They might need counseling. They need they need a whole lot of counseling because Monique has really outgrown Chris, for real, for real. And she's at that place where, if it's not just for TV, she could be ready to pack her bags and don't care what's going on, because when you feel like someone is not meeting your needs spiritually, when that's the person you sharing, everything with, your life with, your house with, your home with, your spirituality and your intuition is going to tell you to leave. Okay, it's going to tell you to move on. It's going to say, okay, you could do this, you got to go, girl. Especially if the comfortable life of luxury that she's living, if she doesn't really care about that anymore. Now she's just caring about for someone to fulfill her soul. And Chris is not there yet. It's going to take Chris, a few years to get there. And on top of that, he's going to need real training. He's going to really need people to bust him open and break him open to see spirituality, to see the spiritual world, to make it, not evil to speak your mind, because he was told not to speak his mind. He was told to just shut up and be quiet so you can survive, and then you can eventually take care of your family. You get into football, dealing with racism. Let me keep my mouth closed. Let me not say nothing. I don't want to mess with this opportunity. And then on the field, he talks his mess, but he believes things to be black and white. And he's not in that deep soul searching. He was just basically glad that he made it out and he can help the people he loved make it out as well. And so he don't understand all that shit. Then on top of that, it's from Alabama. It's Holy Ghost. It's speaking tongues. It's falling back. It's the sisters getting up in the church and dancing, boom, pop, 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 and passing the offering thing. And that spirituality, that's it for him. And Monique is all the way across the goddamn world in Egypt, okay? So she gonna have to slow her roll with the man. You are absolutely right, LSW. So in any event, moving on from that situation, so we have them at the dinner, and so Winter's talking all this crazy shit. Winter, you should have kept some of this shit to yourself. And basically now you got, what's her name, Ashley and Irena look alike to me, so I'm gonna get them confused for a minute until I can actually tell them apart, but they look exactly alike. Only thing is, I believe that Ashley nose is a little bit bigger, but other than that, they look alike. They sound alike. They don't dress alike, because Irena is the best dressed on the show right now. Irena could dress her ass off. She is the fashionista of the show so far. We are on 4 episodes. She's the fashionista. Okay, she can dress her ears off, and then for the guys who can dress their ass off, it's gonna be, Jamie, but Quick comes very close. So it's a tie. But if you want to say Chris, I think Chris is the best husband. Monique, if you don't want him, I'll take him. But outside of that, for now, Quick seems to be one of the most best husbands, as far as just being, he will be able to get on that level with Monique quicker than Chris will, because he has an understanding of a lot of different things, and spirituality could be something that is in him, because he's like a cat with 9 lives, because he almost been dead a few times, okay? But God saw that there was a better purpose for him, so he's still here and kicking. And Quick's wife is Ashley. Ashley, I'm gonna need you to let this man be great, okay? I'm gonna need you to get a job. I'm gonna need you to do something instead of harassing this man. He's trying his best. He's competing in a world where he's supposed to be phased out at his age. So he's trying his best. He used to do 20 shows, and now he can only do 10, and he can barely do 15. That money's soon gonna run out, and it's gonna be with a young person that don't look like him and don't come from where he come from. So let him make his money. He is supporting your fashions. He's supporting you, okay? Get a job, bitch. Work. Let me stop. I'm going in. Let me stop. Lord have mercy. So let me move on because I'm about to go in on these people. So we get to Chris Samuels. And so Chris is basically feeling like, oh my God, I should have never brought up Kevin. I should have never talked about him point blank, period. Because now, all the ladies are when it comes to Ashley, Ashley's basically saying, how are you a relationship specialist when you never been to his house? And then Ashley explains, oh, I haven't been to his house because it was cold, 19 out here. And so we got married and blah, blah. And, we FaceTime. I never went to his house. He never came to my house. I didn't want him to come to my house because of this. He used my car. So everything that she's saying when it comes to winter's just crazy. And so, Ashley's basically asking her question, but Ashley's also judging her and calling her out. She already know that she's a failure when it comes to that relationship. She already knows that she made lack and judgment, and she's past that, and now she won't do it again. But as far as her, teaching people and being a relationship expert, hell no, she's not. But it's not your place, to point out things that's already evident to all of us and evident to her as well. So you calling her out, but you ain't happy, Ashley, because your husband's busy trying to work and take care of everybody else, that he don't really got time to spend with you because you got to have a face full of makeup and you got to have hair down to your knees. And this man's working hard every day. He's doing a hard job. He's doing a job that, could be phased out with computers. He's doing a job that could be phased out with somebody that look different than him because, the black, you don't see black faces that much, in your community that are actually, being successful and carrying on huge type of promotion jobs because it's given to somebody else. Ask Cardi B. Cardi B done already stated that they don't even want to see black strippers in the club. You think they want to see a black promoter, and then on top of that, a black promoter that is of age, and you harassing this man when he's trying to be great and he's trying to take care of you, because that window and that door will close. And what are you going to do? What have you been doing all these years? Okay. So moving on from that situation. So don't be judging nobody when you haven't really done shit and you just, dragging along on your husband's coattail. Okay. So, leave me and Winter. I wouldn't get no advice for Winter, but I think Winter, she's just one of them weird people. She's like one of them people that play hacky sack, the beanbag game. She's like one of them people that be outside. She's just weird. But at the same time, she's not a malicious person, and she don't maliciously try to hurt people, as we can see now. So in any event, you got that situation going on. And, Winter, it looks bad, but she's telling the truth, and for her to be honest and tell the truth is one thing, because Monique was like, we're going to have Winter. She's going to be the relationship specialist. And then you have, Quick calling out Winter, basically saying, oh, you're a specialist. It's just like when, beauty people, as far as nail techs, say that they're professional nail tech and their nails ain't done, or she's a professional or a specialist when it comes to hair, and her hair's never done. So he's throwing shots at her too as well, because, she had 2 failed marriages. And the second one, I don't even know, why would you marry somebody in their 60s? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like, girl, how this man 60 years old ran game on you. She's like, I'm a young 40 tenderoni. Girl, come on. Oh. You should be ashamed of yourself. Monique's not looking good. Oh, sweet Capricorn. What's up? What's going on? Ashley seems like a mean girl. Yep, she is a mean girl. She don't seem like a mean. She's a mean girl, and it's easy. Ashley's one of them people that when you're in a group of people and somebody wants to rag on somebody, she's easy to pick on, but also she makes it very easy to pick on her. Ashley is wrong for calling out Winter. It could affect her brand business if don't to Ashley to have a fit. Yeah, if she called out her business, it will be a problem. It will be an issue. But at the same time, when you put yourself out there like that, it is what it is. I don't think she should be able to counteract that. And she counteract that with saying, it was COVID. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good freaking excuse. Why would you marry a man and you don't want to sleep with him and you don't want to be next to him and you don't want to be in the same house with him? But yet, she made them excuses. And them are not good excuses for somebody to call herself a specialist. You know what I mean? It's excuses, but it's just like, come on, you're 40 years old, so you should know better. Your first thing you're supposed to do is go to his house, go to his crib, look around, see if there's tampons, deodorant, women's shampoo, see if there's hair stuck up in the sink or stuck up in the shower, see if you smell perfume, baby, see what kind of diet, see what kind of food is in the trash, food here, food there, see what kind of sheets, what kind of towels, what kind of decorations, so you can find out if a woman decorated this house and he's still holding on to his past. You're supposed to be doing all that, so therefore she looks silly, and then on top of that, Ashley's making her look silly because Ashley's silly herself. You know what I mean? So, and she's not happy with what she got, but she got a good man. So, she's kind of Ashley got a good husband. I'll give you that. Ashley got a good husband so far, but we never know because, I sometimes put my foot in my mouth when I give these people compliments and say this and that, and they turn off to be nothing but ish. But in any event, so it goes there, and, they ragtag, Ashley in the situation. And so it's not really a good situation. Ashley's feeling a certain type of way. Monique is looking at her friends like she's shocked. Like, you didn't know that these two girls were going to turn on Ashley. You didn't know that Ashley didn't fit into this group. And Ashley knew that she didn't fit in. But because Ashley really Winter doesn't fit into any group. You know what I mean? She don't really fit into a whole lot of groups. You know what I mean? She's like one of them people that are just, she's the type she draws negativity to her. And I don't know if she draws negativity to her because she's positive or because she's oblivious to what's going on in reality. And she has this false sense of security and this false sense of making these false decisions. And then, telling the world, think that we ain't going to judge you, But if I was sitting at the table, I would listen to what she had to say and keep it moving. It's a damn shame that what you've been through, but you shall pass. And what would you do differently this time? That's what should have been asked. And when you have Ashley sitting at the table, that's an older woman, you're supposed to try to teach a little bit instead of judge, because sometimes people can't hear what you're saying when you're judging. But what would you do differently? And what would you recommend to somebody that was in the same position that you were when they was first meeting them? What would you do? So then you can tell if she actually learned, if she's actually different from the situation, and if she can actually counsel instead of just trashing her. But it's easy to trash her because, girl, you stupid. Like, come on. Let me see what you're saying. How long man gonna that's what I'm saying. Sweet Capricorn. Monique, hey Mary, what's up, Monique? How you doing, girl? Yeah, you're right about Ashley. I'm getting their names mixed up and so she's like, Winter is feeling a certain type of way. She's feeling like she's being attacked, and why is she being questioned for this? Because, girl, you made a really stupid mistake. Like, it's one thing, if he had a whole double life, a whole different identity, and he was traveling. He said that he was this, traveling salesman. So he had to go away here, but he was going away with his other family, and he was living a whole nother life, and he had a whole nother career over there, and he was coming back. But, girl, it was just that you going to his house and looking in his basement and, finding out that he's living with his mother, just like, little things that, anybody with an IQ higher than, 25 would know. And so that's why it makes it look bad that you're a specialist, that you got this game run on you. But if you got somebody that's a scammer and you see somebody like Ashley coming, that she feels like she is so secure, she's smart, she's knowledgeable, she got everything going on, she's been married before, she got children, she's a little bit wealthy and everything. But at the same time, you see a broken woman, you see a woman that you can run game on, you see a woman that all you have to do is this and that. Because why would she be with this old ass man? My mama told me you'll get worms, girl. What's going on? So in any event, he was able to see her coming, her insecurities. And the other ladies, Ashley can see her insecurities as well, because it's insecurities to feel like she felt like it was safe. She felt like it was okay. Like, he won't be just as bad as these young guys. And so therefore it's an error in judgment of the reason why you picked this man because, oh, he's old, he won't be out here running around, he won't be cheating, he ain't gonna have no babies on me because his sperm is probably not shooting up to the stores anymore. You know what I mean? So she got with him for convenient, that it's like her dating somebody in prison, and she's probably not far from dating somebody in prison, who knows, but men could read it and could see it, and she's wearing that all over her face and she's wearing it all over her shoulders, so therefore, he took advantage of her. But you know and this is why we say, why are you a relationship specialist? Hey Norris, what's up? How you doing? Older men be the worst most times, girl. You already know, because they see you coming. They done dealt with so many women that were so self-accomplished and so self-assured, but they know that deep inside there's something that's missing, and all they got to do is have a conversation, because he's a corn artist, so she can put on this big old, you know, the degree and diploma situation, but anybody could see. And so the ladies are kind of throwing shade like, oh, you didn't know he had a car, you living in his basement. She got taken advantage of, she got played, she got a good scammer. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get these scams out here that are good, that'll make you believe it. That's why sometimes you need to bring shit by your friends and your people, and Winter did. Winter brought this man by her mother, and her mother couldn't see through it. So how is Winter supposed to see if her mother can't see? Lord, that's the woman that supposed to teach her. How is she supposed to see if her mama couldn't see, y'all? Let me hurry up because I'm doing too much. So, they're having this conversation, and then, Irena, she jumps in and she says her little 2 cents, like, like, what's going on? But, when it comes to Irena, she don't really got to say when it comes to her husband, and he's not good with the kids like that. He's not really bonded with the children because he's so busy out here taking care of him and doing what makes him happy and bringing money into the house and everything else, that he missed a step with his kids. He missed a step with his son. He missed a step with his stepdaughter, and now he's missing a step with his other son, Jason. So they're having issues, and then also they're having intimate issues where Irena doesn't even want to have sex with her husband. And he says, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So she's basically saying if he cheats, he cheats because I'm not giving him anything. So it is what it is. But she'll be mad and she'll fight with him, but she won't leave him. She'll stay with him, but she needs to find out the reason that she won't have, be intimate with him. So one thing you can say about Winter is she knows she got issues. She knows she don't know everything, but at least she knows that there's help, that you can seek out mental health, and you can seek out help for your relationships and your marriages and things like that. Winter wasn't with this scammer Kevin for long until she figured it out, but it took her a while. She had to be smacked in the face with it, but it is what it is. But when it comes to Ashley and Irena, they're closing their eyes to not having what they want, settling for less with their husband, not getting what they want from their husbands, and right now Monique is at that spot, and Monique is not trying to settle. She's not trying to settle at all. Irena's husband is disconnected and possibly on the narcissist spectrum. Lord have mercy. What's up, Letitia Jones? I think they are tired of each other, and the spark is almost out with Monique and her husband. I'm telling you, Monique wants, I know that feeling. I've been there when you got the best thing in the world, when everybody loves your man. They love everything about him. I mean, he wonderful. That's what I had. I love that man. I love him and everything. He was my ride or die. We was ride or die and everything. I never in my life thought that I could ever, be without him. Baby, once I started growing and getting on that spirituality and the journey of life and understanding and taking that pilgrimage, boy, I couldn't even look at him the same. And I wanted to. I tried. But he couldn't even comprehend anything because that wasn't his life, So I know you'll leave a motherfucker. And the same thing with men, they'll leave you too. Once you get to that point in life where everything that you was raised with, when you was brought up with, you start to question it, you start to question different things, and you started to look outside the box instead of the box that was presented to you. If your partner can't grow, that's why you have to do it with your partner. You have to try to bring them in slowly. Once you started learning certain things, you need to bring your partner in and baby step teach them. And also teaching them will will grow the love and the fondness and funness, being fond of your partner, because you're teaching life, you're teaching, and they're hearing it, but the person got to be open. And what's the old saying? Let him have a ear. Him that has a ear, let him hear what the spirit is saying to him. So in any event, Monique is at that level, and it could go either way, y'all. Irena seems disconnected. She is kind of disconnected. So in any event, so you have this situation. Boom, boom, boom. And so Winter talks about, this is the business, and she got served with papers, and she served him with papers, blah, 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 all that other good stuff. And she's a specialist, and they're saying, baby, you can't be no specialist. It's like a mechanic telling you he's a mechanic, and he got 2 broken down cars that he got in front of his house he don't drive because they ain't fixed. So, but Winter is trying, but the different with Winter is she's trying to grow, and she's growing through therapy, she's growing through counseling, she's growing through understanding, and she's not beating herself up for the failures that she has made in the past. And that's what, and you got to give her props for that. But at the same time, she looked crazy. But you have to see past that okay, she's going to get past the situation, and she's going to find happiness, and she's going to find love, and she's going to have something different, and she's going to be better equipped to deal with it. But at the same time, hopefully she's working on her insides to understand why she was able to be taken advantage of, and why did she go down in the gutter, but she didn't even know she was going in the gutter. So that means that she can't read people. In order to survive, you have to have intuition, and you have to be able to read, and you have to be able to listen to yourself and your thoughts. That first thought that comes to mind, that's the right thought. The second thought is the doubt, and you have to have discernment. And sometimes your parents can teach you this as you grow, because your parents can show you different things. If they have this skill, they can teach it to you. So that's why it's very important to be hands-on as well. But in any event, we got Chris and Monique, and Chris and Monique are not really getting along. They're about to go to Africa. At least he's taking his wife to Africa. We have, what's his name? Mr. Marceau went to Africa by himself and didn't even take Tisha and the kids, baby. At least Chris is a good man, but Chris is more of a man for a woman that is like his mother, or have the same type of values. Monique has them values, but now she has exceeded that, and she's looking upon what she was taught, and that's the situation. And she wants him to get it. He might can't get it, Monique. He might can't. He don't probably know how to dig deep or express himself or his emotions. And she basically checks him. Don't tell me to be quiet, mother sucker, when we at the table. And that's another thing. But he feels inferior. And Chris is saying that he feels like he's walking on eggshells in his house. He don't know what to say or what to do. When Monique asked him questions about, what about Africa? Did you feel this? Did you feel that? And she was like, okay, nothing. And she's like, oh, you're trying to play it safe. It's because he feels like you are grilling him. And if he doesn't have the same thoughts that you have, Monique, that there's something wrong with him. So to him, you're like his high school principal, you're like his teacher. He's in fear that he might get it wrong and get thrown out of class and go home and get in trouble by mama and papa, because he's not on the same page as everyone in the classroom, because he don't get it. And right now it's gonna be hard for him to get. He thinking just making sure that his kids got the best future, and they live in the best neighborhood, and they don't got to worry about gun violence and bullets flying over their heads, and seeing crack fiends, and then having the police somebody's chasing him down the street, you know what I mean, or being bullied, by the neighbors, or just living in a bad neighborhood where you don't get any peace, where there's distress, where there's despair. He thinking he doing the best thing ever because this is a better childhood, and he's thinking that what he's giving you financially and giving you his love, that he's showing that he's attracted to you, you beautiful, you sexy, never cheating on you, worshiping you, and he's worshiped you so much that now he's afraid to even express himself because you have elevated to such another level that he feels like he can never reach. And that's just sad. But he has to dig deep. He has to dig deep, because if he can't dig deep and find that within him, how can he teach his kids to not to be just on the surface? And that's what she wants. That's why she's talking about not for lazy mom. That's why she got these oils and all this other stuff, to bring, more peace and joy and controlling your environment. So Chris is going to have to work hard. He just can't say, I did this and that's it. He has to put the effort. If he wants his wife, he's going to have to put the effort in. And Monique is going to have to back up a little bit and gain slowly, or sign him to someone that can teach him real spirituality and getting to the deep of things, because, he's just one of them people that don't say nothing. And so now, it's not going well. It's not really going. And I think Chris still works. I think he's still coach. So it's not like he's really retired. I think he's actually coaching. I have to go back and check. But I actually think that he's a coach. He's still coaching. And I think it's like, high school or maybe college, but he's still coaching. So, Monique got the job, you know what I mean, for the radio station. So now he's going to put in extra work to do that. And, they do have help, which is her family members, but it's like she's not satisfied with him. Let me tell you, I'll be satisfied, y'all. What y'all saying? Let me see what you're saying. That is true. When you become spiritual, you don't see, 3D world the same. I left love of my life too. I'm telling you, yes, Capricorn, it be like that. You be like, man, it's just like you can't do it. But also, after that had happened, I learned that you just have to live in your spirituality. You cannot force people. You cannot try to change them, but you can just do what you, and still kind of be happy with the person that is not there. But there's ways that you can tune it out and things of that nature. But in any event, it is what it is with this situation. I was like, Lord. And so we get to winter. She's with her mom, and her mom is basically making apologies to her and saying that I'm just so sorry that I agreed that this relationship was good, that I agreed that this relationship was what you should be in, what you should have, and blah, blah, blah. And I just thought that he was going to be more settled because he was older. Girl, they be out here wilding when they get old. Are you kidding me? So in any event, if he's chasing after her, she ain't the first young woman that he's been chasing after. She was just the only stupid one to give him some time and not having a call. Where he pick her, and so you gonna tell me you've been picking up this 60-year-old man? She was looking for a father, and the mother was looking for a husband through her daughter. If you ask me, that's what the mother, I'm getting too deep with it. I'm going crazy with it. So I'm just gonna just understand this. Mama crazy, daughter crazy, but they're not really crazy. These are just people that really think that other people are really good, and they trust in people, and they trust in what people say. Like, we will doubt people, we would ask questions, we will have discernment, and we would look through and do an investigation. But they're not these type of people that do that, because they don't want to be in that group where I don't trust the man, I'm gonna chase him down, I'm gonna find out, I'm gonna look through his phone, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna believe that he's lying. And they don't want to live by that merit, and they want to be different. And look where it got them. Mama apologizing because mama was like, I'm so sorry, daughter. Monique needs to be around older women like mothers of the churches that has 20 to 50 years of marriage. Yeah, she ain't gonna do that because that's not what she's looking for. That the church and all that other stuff, she's outside of that realm now. She's outside of that. Like she is searching like God within herself, not God in which you look in the Bible for or the preacher tell you about, but God within her and her powers. And seeing different things, like say if you see, like Monique is at that stage where she goes downstairs, she might see a bird, not the bird that she has, a different bird, I think, or she might see an animal or an insect. That to her would mean that would mean something spiritual to her. You know what I mean? Where it's a sign from the earth or Mother God. That's where she's at with it, in my opinion. So in any event, we got this situation going on. So, she got so Winter served her husband with divorce papers, and then when she was staying at the house, she got served by the servers, that her husband was out here robbing his business partners and everything like that. So she was just she was just taken advantage of. And so we get to the situation where we have Irena and also Irena and Ashley, and I guess she's getting injection under her arm so she won't sweat or whatever the case may be. They talk about Winter a little bit, so Ashley is getting this done and things of that nature, and so blah blah blah. Yep. Okay, let's get back to Ash. This is Ashley, right? I hope it is. So Ashley's saying that they ain't got enough money. Her husband works too much. Now she's getting this procedure done that she sweats so much and this and that. Just spend the money everywhere. Where's the nanny so you can go out there and do your job and sell them books and be online and do all this other stuff? She too busy spending Quick's money, so Quick got to work so he can keep her in that lap of luxury that she's in. But yet she just still doesn't see if she would slow down spending so much, because like we said in the comments, sweet Capricorn, that how long is he gonna still be able to do that job? It's winding down now. So these ladies have a conversation, and it seems like Uranus, she's trying to be open to Winter, and they're talking about Winter a little bit, whatever the case may be. But in actuality, it's easy to bully Winter. It's easy to not like Winter because they come from a different walk of life as far as their experience and whatever they went through, being a hustler, being out here in the DC this and DC that, back in this day, back in that day, basking with the baddest man, or all the stuff that they went through. Now being, Irena's not a kept woman because she works, but I don't know how long she's been working, but Ashley definitely is. But the problem is their mindset is not as open as Winter. Winter's open to failure. Like if it's okay to fail, I failed, I messed up, but it's not the end of the world. For them, it's like, oh my God, you can never grow. You can never be anything different, Winter, because you stupid, girl. So, so you got that situation going on. And so then we got the husbands, they meet up, and so now we have, what's his name, Jamie's just basically into himself. Jamie just provides, the kids have a money and everything. He's not close to his son. He don't got a good relationship with his son. He can't really talk to his son like that. And so he calls Quick. Quick comes in, and Quick is a lot younger. Quick, we find out Quick has been shot, he's been stabbed, he's been in multiple car accidents where he almost lost his life. Quick lost his mother at 10 years old. He lost his father at 18, and he's been on his own surviving. So this is why he does everything he does for his wife, because he's been through the worst. He's been through a rough, difficult life, and he wants his kids to have different. He don't really want Ashley to work, but because he wants her home raising the kids, because he didn't have a mama and he really didn't have a daddy. You know what I mean? Like that. And so Ashley wants to do these things, and he works so much so he can provide for her, because that's what he thinks is the right thing to do. And it is the right thing to do. But Ashley wants to do other things, and she wants to, further her career. But order to do that, you need to downsize and cut down how much money that you are spending so you can afford help, and you can hire your mother, your sister, people in your family that you trust to help raise your kids. And then on top of that, her kids are really big. Her kids are not like, her kids look big enough to, they can take a bath on their own. They can fix a snack on their own. They can make a grilled cheese, and they can make scrambled eggs and everything. So she's making up all excuses why she can't get to work. Okay. If you ask me, but we get to Quick. Quick is out here helping people in the community, helping kids. He's also tutoring. He's starting a DJ school, because once he leaves DC, who's going to take his spot? Because a lot of Black people that have been in these profound positions in the Black community are not there anymore, and they don't last anymore, because you usually can go to the church and get help, or different people, or you can go down to the state house, the city hall, but none of these people even look like you anymore in these offices. And so a lot of Black people are being replaced in a lot of different positions. So I commend him for having the DJ school and having the school for the kids. And so we got Jamie basically wanting his son, Jason, that's kind of blind or legally blind, and wanted him to be a DJ, wanted him to get out the house, but he don't even know what his son's like. And, he don't really have a relationship with his oldest son, because he's been too busy out here running the streets, being Mr. Pimp Cat Daddy and doing everything else. If you ask me, Jamie might got another family out here in these streets, y'all. But in any event, Jamie wants his son to be a DJ because his son Jason used to love music. He used to play the trumpet and the flute and things of that nature when he was in school, but he's 21 now and he don't do that no more. But the father, he don't know what to do. And it just seems like, this is where Monique don't want to be, with men that can't come up with solutions and ideas and look deep into what your kid really wants and have a deep understanding, a deep relationship with your kids that is just not philosophical, just not surface. And so this is where Monique does not want to be with Chris, where, Irena and Ashley are with their husbands, and she's trying her best to make sure it's not getting there, because he's thinking forcing his kids to do DJing is what he wants. He don't know that. He didn't even ask him. He didn't have the conversation with him. He didn't say nothing. And so let me tell you how smart this man is. Quick. And this is why I like Quick. Quick was quick to understand, and he was quick to see. And he quickly said that, I don't believe this boy really, I wonder if this boy really want to be a DJ. I wonder if his father's kind of forcing him to be a DJ. That's not something that he wants to do. He was able to read that. And this is what I'm saying, being able to read, have intuition, where you can read people, you can read emotions, you can read behaviors, and that way you would be a lot safer in life. But in any event, that was a cool situation. And so now we get to the dinner. So the ladies are sitting here, they're having a dinner, things of that nature. And so this is where Winter tells Monique for the next episode that she feels like, she was attacked at the dinner, and she feels like they were coming for her. So Winter, she's sitting there, and Winter's basically saying a toast to her friends. Ashley quickly jump in. We ain't friends. Ashley, why you got to get in there and say that? Ashley, why you got to be rude? Why you got to be disrespectful? The woman just saying friends is just a toast. And she said, well, I want to correct you because I don't use that word lightly. No, you being a headache, you being a problem, you being a situation, you are being everything negative, and all these stereotypes that they put out here about Black women not being easy and everything. That's what you're showing right now for no reason at all. You giving this woman a hard time. Yes, she was a sucker. Yeah, she's a fool. Yeah, you a sucker, and yeah, you a fool too as well, okay? Because you didn't live your life and do your dreams because you wanted to be laid up and watch what your husband was doing and help him elevate, but yet now you want to out here and act like you want to elevate yourself when you was happy, dressing up in the mirror and going out showing off in the streets when your husband has disappeared many of different times, okay? So yeah, she started off with this toast. Ashley was trying to be nice. But Winter invited these ladies out, and then all of a sudden you got Ashley being like, oh, I want to toast a friend. And then the question was asked, well, do you think Irena's your friend? Well, I don't know if she's really my friend. You don't got no hard life. You ain't had no your life is okay right now. You got a son that's running. This is what I'm talking about. Like, these parents be acting why they be wondering why their kids be doing certain shit, because mama sitting over here playing double dutch with daddy be home, but at the same time spending up all the money, and then at the same time, our openness, and you being strong women, and we're supporting, one another. But this one sitting at the table, she's so busy judging this woman because she made two mistakes in a marriage, just because you kept to stay with your relationship with all the things going wrong in it, Ashley, and you stay, doesn't make you smarter than her. At least she made a mistake, but she got out. You still out here talking about you want to write books, you want to do this, you want to do that. You haven't been able to do it, and you haven't did none of that. So who is the biggest failure? If we want to judge, who's the biggest failure? What's up, Rashida? How you doing? Chris is simply country gentleman, and Monique is not grounded in herself. That's why she's pushing her nonsense on him. Mary went all the way in there. Everybody does not learn at the same speed, but that don't make them any different from anybody that can be the best. They just learn at the same speed. So that's weird. Yes, on point. Jokes with the clock with the excitement. I know, that's too crazy. Monique has been, yeah. What's up, Rashida Libra? What's going on? So, so Ashley's already drawing a line in the sand that the person that she's going to have beef with is going to be Winter. So that's it. And it don't have to be like this. It could be cordial to friends. That's what she said, friends. And then, Ashley was like, no, I don't want to see you. Don't be saying friends because I don't really know you. I take this very serious and blah, blah, blah. And so then they bring up Kevin again. Kevin's brought up in the situation, and they're basically judging her, saying that she's dumb. And they think that, oh my God, why would you even pick a man that don't got a car and living in the basement? Because she crazy. Because, she got issues. She's suffering, and, she's suffering because she thinks she knows the answers, but she doesn't. She's delusional, but she's realizing that she is, and she's opening up to tell you guys this because she could make up any types of stuff, and she could say nothing. But at the same time, this is why people don't share information, because instead of coming with judgment, come with a solution as far as what you're going to do next. What have you learned from this? Just to understand, to see if they have learned, instead of judging them off of that, because her offer them that bad mistake, which is horrendous. But they see it really, when it comes to Irena and when it comes to Ashley, they really see like it a huge mistake, because they are, mostly, their husbands are the breadwinner. And so in any event, what it is how can you ever date a man that has less than you, because they've been spoiled by men all their life. So for them, they looking at her like, that's a devastation. You a stupid woman. You a dumb woman. Like, oh my God. Like, we have been living that lap of luxury for years. We ain't never got a want for nothing. You gonna tell me your man ain't even got a core? You gonna tell me that your man is living in a house with his parents in the basement? He's 60 years old. They look at that's like a cardinal sin to these ladies. What's up, Jordan? How you doing, Norris? Mary, you are shining bright like a diamond. No, Tony, you are shining bright like a diamond. You doing your thing, and I'm so glad you're just so open. And as open as you are with me, you're being open more. And I'm just so happy for you, because you deserve that. What's up, Jordan? How you doing? And so we get to what's her name? I don't even know. I think her name is Tisha. Tisha jumps in and she said, well, the way that you guys kind of like got onto her, and she kind of like said that it was like judgment, like you guys was like on her like tigers. So she kind of defends Winter a little bit, but Winter should just know that she's in a company of women that are with wealthy men, or men that are taking care of everything. And for you to be on the outside with a man that don't have shit, that's like a cardinal sin. You know what I mean? For them, because they don't know nothing about no broke dude. And then you marry a broke 60-year-old dude. So they're looking at you like, oh girl, you can never be trained. That's the way they're looking at you, because they have two different of opinions, two different of walks, two different lifestyles. And so, Winter was like, why you guys judging me so much? The way that you guys are coming after me, and the way that they just really was just very harsh towards her, and she just didn't understand why. And she understands why, but the judgment and how you pulling at people, and this is why people don't tell you what's going on in their life, because this is what happens. So we have Ashley, she's basically begging for her husband not to work, on certain days. He cut his days. He's been killing himself doing 20 to 40 events. You get somebody 2021 that can do 30 events, he's soon going to be clear, wiped out. You know what I mean? Other than the radio show, when people totally stop listening to radio because you have streaming services. So in any event, her going down there harassing him and his job, bitch, get a life. And so we get to this situation when it comes to Jason. Jason, he wants to work for Apple. He's 21 years old. He has a disability. He can't see. And he still needs help. He still needs guidance. Like, he can wash himself. He can kind of feed himself, but he really can't cook. He can't really go out and venture and do things on his own because he can't see. So, I don't know if a seeing dog or one of them sticks that they have, I don't know. When I used to catch the bus, I used to see people with them blue blockers on and them sticks and the dogs, and they seem to be blind, but I don't know if they really was, because come to find out, they're talking about all them people don't be blind, but I see them catch the bus and do different things. So I wonder if they have not prepared Jason as much as they should have. And Jamie thinking Jamie's out here working, promoting, doing whatever the hell he doing, dressing and looking good all the time. And you got Irena, she looking good and she's working though. She's actually a working person. She has her mother there helping. But I think that, when you have a child that have disabilities that are severe, where it can possibly affect their life, you need to start at the age of 10 to make them independent as much as they are allowed to be, mentally and physically. You know what I mean? Like, as far as taking trips on your own, getting on the bus, or scheduling rides, or going to volunteer different places. You really have to integrate them into society, because most of the time, a lot of people try to keep their kids close to them, but you're gonna get old. And once you get old and your kid can't do these certain things, if he has to go live in a group home or some other place like that, or other people have to take care of him, that's when they become vulnerable and things could happen to them. And then people can mistreat them, especially if you have kids with special needs that can't do a lot of different things. Whatever of their ability that they can do, you really have to push it and really have to make them independent. And it starts, very young, because when you're young, you have less fear. Kids have no fear, and the fear comes from their parents most of the time. Hey, what's up, Jordan Rashida? Hi, Tony, sweet baby. I know he's nothing but a sweet. Thank you, Mary. I'm one of them. Yes, go ahead, Tony, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. God is taking you and he's making things happen for you. And also he's giving you the courage, and you have that courage, and you just came right out of your shell, baby. You've been off that shell. That shell is gone, baby. That shell is gone, baby. So in any event, so he's telling his grandmother comes to, Jason's grandmother comes to him, to fix her phone, and he's able to fix her phone and things of that nature. So he's vision impaired, but there's a lot of things that you have to work with your children to do, because when you start to depend on other people to help your children, as far as if it has to deal with the state or people at other certain places, they're going to mistreat your child if they can't do a lot of things on their own. And this is just a society that we live in, that happens, even if it's a place that you pay top dollar. So it's very important that your child learns at a young age with disabilities, if they can, to do certain things, because if you're not able as a parent to do this for your child and you leave this earth, or you physically can't do it, and you and you leave your child out here for these other people to do the same thing that you was doing, I guarantee you they are not going to do the things that you have done for your child. They're not going to treat your child the same way that you would like your child to be treated. So it's very important for them to be very independent, especially with severe disabilities, as much as possible if you can, for real. And I'm telling you this from experience. I'm telling you what I know for facts. So it's good that he's going to this door program, but he should have been, seems like he should be in a lot more programs, and he should be more independent where he's going out. He should be at, or he should go visit all the Apple stores in the United States or in DC. He should be doing that. He should be able to do a whole lot of things. I don't know exactly what he can do, but she just said he can't go out on his own. He can't cook on his own. Well, there should be meals and things of that nature that he should be able to know how to prepare and take and do as well, and systems that you got to prepare your kid for, because this world, they ugly to us. Now imagine us with disabilities. What you think that they gonna get? So you have to prepare your child all the way. So moving on from that situation, I'm just going, the show didn't really give me much, so I'm going all the way off the deep end with this review, because what else you want me to do? Wasn't much, okay? It wasn't much. If you ask me, I wouldn't even review. I need y'all to like the video, because I don't know with the show. I need y'all to like the video to let me know that you appreciate it, that you like the review, that you're watching this show, because, I could pass. Tell you the truth right now. I'm trying. I'm trying. And so we get to, Winter and Irena. So when Irena sits down with Winter, the first thing she asks is, you think everything is all good with you and Ashley? How you think that situation is? How, and Winter, I'm glad Winter was able to pick that up and said, why are you asking me about that, girl? We're supposed to be get to know each other. So but Winter is that type of person. Winter is the benefit of a doubt person. She's really the benefit of a person. Like, she trusts people on their word. So, and she don't want to see the ugliness and the badness in people, but she's going to see it. So far, this is what I'm saying. Next episode, she going to get cussed out royally she going to get cussed out by Ashley. She going to get cussed out by Irena. She going to get cussed out for real. It's going to be bad for her, okay? And so in any event, they're having this conversation. We find out that Winter, she is not having sex. I wouldn't want to have sex either. If I got played by a 60-year-old, no way. And then, because the 60-year-old supposed to be catering to you and telling you the truth and really just be honest with you, you would think that, he should have been honest with her and told her. I think Winter would have probably still been with him if she knew that he was living in his parents' basement. I think she still would have been with him if he said he didn't have a car. She would have found a way to be with him. You know what I mean? Like, he should have just been up front with her, and then she would have kept the account separate from him where he couldn't steal money from her because he didn't have no money, okay? She probably still would have been with him. And she's throwing these things out like, oh my God, he lied to me about this, but these things that he lied to her about, I think she still would be with him. I don't know if he's on meth. Allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing that we say is true. So they have this conversation, and basically now we find out that Irena, she's having sex issues, sex problems at home. She don't want to do the nasty with her husband or none of that good stuff. Okay, so she's, and so Winter, she arranged for a sex therapist to come through, and it's gonna be that situation. So it's just like, So, yep, she hasn't been having, she hasn't been physical. Like I said, when it comes to Irena, she's the best dressed on the show. She really got the clothes going, but she's having some issues with her man. And the reason why she don't want to have sex with her man, because he done hurt her. She's hurt. She don't want to give him none. She don't want to do nothing with him. Oh, come on. She's hurt. And she's just feeling like she's hurt. She's hurt. And she's probably depressed as well. She's going through some trials and tribulations in her own way. And it could be because of one of her sons is heading towards the street. And she got another son that got these disabilities. And what to do with that, and she has her mother helping her. Now she has her daughter. Her daughter is right there. Her daughter is Brittany. So she has two sons and a daughter. Her daughter's doing very well. Like I said, when it comes to Irena, look at the outfit she got on. She looked good. This is a pretty dress. Let me see if I can bring it up. Yeah, so this is, I like the sleeves. It's not shoulder pads. It's not one sleeve and a long sleeve. It's not that ugly shit that all these celebrities are wearing. This is actually on point. It has two hooks, is all the way down, and no long big old split. So she can dress. And then she's in her house in her jeans and her slippers. She looks like she has a young woman's body. She looks very young. And so they're sitting at the dinner table. Jason finally tells his father he doesn't want to be a DJ. His father's upset. Then his father says, I want to, a father wants you to be better than him. I want to see you on TV. I want to see you in Hollywood. I want to see you here. I want to see you being a star. And that's what he wants. That's not what his son wants. And to compare your son and your child to like being like a basketball player, a celebrity, and things of that nature. Not a scientist, not somebody that discovered things, not somebody that can counsel or teach or make the evolution of their generation even better for the next generation, but a Hollywood actor. I want you to see you doing this, like something, the things that he wanted to be. So his little celebrity that Jamie is having now is what he want his kids to do, but they are not going that way because he probably always wanted to be a celebrity and all this other stuff that he was so busy chasing that dream. Now he knows that dream is gone, but he didn't put all the dream chasing into his children, to his son. It should have been more put. I don't know, from what I'm saying, it should have been more put into Jason. The way that the mother said that he's not that independent and things of that nature, there should be training going on where he's going to this program, the door program. I'm just saying that this shouldn't have waited till he was 21. But in any event, the other son is running the streets because the father is absentee. The mother doesn't want to even sleep with her husband. Why? Because she probably don't even love him no more and been hurt so much, and she don't want to face that he's been cheating, that she closed a blind eye to, and the only thing that she can hold on to keep away from him and let him know that she knows but she really don't know is keeping her coochie to herself. Women do that. And so we got the daughter. The daughter basically is bigging up her brother, Jason, to say, I'm so happy, Jason, that you was able to tell our father what you wanted to do, and what you don't want to do is be a DJ, because I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice in what I want. I did everything that my parents told me to do, where I still can't figure out what I want to do because I was following what my father and my mother told me to do. So it seems like they don't listen either. And so as these children get older, it's going to be more difficult, and Jamie's going to blame everybody. He ain't going to take no ownership for his kids going wild. But in any event, just having a mother and a father at home, maybe could be absentee or whatever. You ain't living in the hood. You ain't dodging bullets, and people ain't robbing and breaking up into your house, and you don't have neighbors on top of you blasting music or jumping around and all this other stuff. That should just be enough for you to succeed, but it's not. It's gonna take another season. So yeah. So then we got the ladies, they meet up. Like I said, when it comes to, Irena, she came through looking good. Her husband looks good. And they talk about the situation of a sex therapist. And Jamie doesn't really want to go see a sex therapist. They're having some issues and some problems where Irena and Jamie are not having sex. And she wants to see a sex therapist and he doesn't. So how is he relieving himself? He's an old enough man. He makes his Montag. So he's somewhere relieving it somehow. And I don't think that he's worried about you leaving him, girl. I don't think he is. But like I said, look at her outfit. She looked good. And then we get to Monique and Chris. Monique says that piece of Africa is still in Africa. So she says that, giving, like a good speech. And then Chris says the same thing. And she goes, why are you using my words? Why are you using my words? That tells you that he don't know how to answer these questions. He don't understand this. Monique, I don't know what's going on with Monique's outfits. This blue one's okay. The pink one, I don't know. This is just too much. This is clownery. Let me see. Which one? Is it this one? Yeah, to me, this is this is clownery. I feel like she belongs on playing cards. You know what I mean? So moving on from that situation, her and Chris, they get into it. Excuse me. Her and Chris, they get into it because she asked him about Africa. What is he, what was like epiphany? What was like so monumental to you in Africa? And he basically says, I don't really know. I don't know how to answer the question. And then Monique is like, oh my God, like I'm asking for you to give me something deep, not nothing so surface. I wanted us to have this moment for our relationship, for our marriage. And it's just like, can you just get deep? And he was like, then he said something and she was like, see, you basically saying something that's okay. You don't want to really tell how you feel because you feel like, it's the wrong answer. And she's basically telling him, why are you worried about the wrong answer? It's just whatever, how you feel. But he feels like, I can't do it. I'm on eggshells. I can't please her. The scene's over. He's upset. He don't know what to do no more. He was like, I'm trying, Nick. I'm trying. Monique is like, I'm just so sick of the situation. You can't get nothing real from him. You can't get him to say something that actually means anything. And he's always saying surface stuff. And he's trying so much to, basically not to ruffle any feathers. You can't even really get how he feel. She's like, he's from Alabama and I'm from Jersey. So basically distinguishing between the two. Yeah, we're friends and everything, but we don't have this. We don't have that. Chris don't know what to do in the situation. Chris is lost. Chris is like, I don't know how to make her happy. Like he really just wants to cry. But at the same time, you got to know he got a temper. Okay. Let's just not act like he don't. But Monique is not scared of that temper at all. So, that's the situation. She just really seemed fed up. And, I think Chris needs to Chris needs to watch Hidden Colors. Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4. He needs to sit down and listen to Miss Blue that's on YouTube and check out Brother Panic. And I think that will help him with his spiritual journey to understanding different things. We got the next episode. Winter's going to tell Monique that she felt like she was dogged and gang up on at the table when she invited the ladies out for champagne and they dissed her and talked about her situation. And they going to say that Winter's out here lying. I don't know what Winter has on. Winter looks crazy, but in any event, they're going to meet up. Monique is going to tell the ladies that Winter said that you guys double teamed her and ambushed her. Ashley says that she was ambushed because when I got there, Winter was asking me questions and so was Irena asking me questions. And so in any event, they basically going to cuss out Winter and keep it moving. And it seems like Winter's going to be having beef with Monique at the end of the day. But as you can see, Ashley dress is ripped and Irena came through with that sexy ass red that she got on. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I know her haircut. People are telling me that she has alopecia because I was saying what I was confused. Yes. Monique was pissed. Yes, she was. I didn't even see you, Miss T. What's going on? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'll be back with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Peace and love to all my peeps and my peoples. I'll be back in a few. Probably be later, but I'll be back for Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight. I hope Chris has a prenuptial agreement, Lord. Y'all are too much. Rashida Libra, I hope he has a prenuptial agreement. I hate Winter's haircut, but they said that she had alopecia. I see the voice coming in the next 2 years with Monique and her husband. Lord, I just hope it doesn't happen, that he can just jump. All he needs is the right people to open up, to break down the barriers. Monique saying that, he won't open up and everything's superficial. And it's like, and he's saying that she has a wall built up. She said she built up her wall because his wall is fake. And she's just, tired of him. Lord. So I will see you guys in a few. Peace and love. Thank you guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. And please like the video to let me know if, I'm wasting my time reviewing this show. Peace and love.